Hey, it's Derek from Ideal Body, and this video is about how to burn more fat using the metabolism shock factor. All right, let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about a two-step process that I call the metabolism shock factor. Now this is a way, it's kind of like a secret weapon, something that you can use to get even faster results once you've already started losing weight. So before we get into the two-step process, nutrition is the most important thing. So if you do this and your diet is still, terrible, if you're still eating the foods you shouldn't be eating, if you're still eating a lot of desserts and pastries and bagels and muffins and things like that, then the results aren't going to come by implementing this. So the number one thing to remember is when it comes to burning fat and losing weight, what you eat is the most important thing, hands down. Now, once you have your diet in check, you can use little tricks like this to burn fat even faster. So again, it's a two-step process, and step number one is we're doing what I call total body bursts. So these are short, total body exercises that you can do anywhere using just your body weight to burn more fat. Now, the reason why this works so well is when you're doing total body exercises, you're using more muscle groups. So the more muscle groups and areas of the body that you engage in exercise, the more calories you're going to burn. That's why doing, arm curls or single body part exercises don't work very well, because you're not burning a lot of calories from doing them compared to an exercise that uses your chest, your arms, your legs, and your shoulders. So for doing exercises like that, you're going to burn a lot more calories and eventually a lot more fat, because again, you're engaging more zones in the body. So the total body burst is something that you can do anytime, anywhere, at home, in your living room, in your bedroom, in your basement, it doesn't really matter, and you're going to keep it super simple. So the way that I like to do it, again, is keep it so simple that you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to do all these complicated workout routines. You don't have to do, all these complicated exercises. Stick with stuff that is very simple that you can do, because it's going to give you the most benefit, and it's something that you're going to stick with long term. So with the total body burst, you can do very simple exercises like body weight squats, like push-ups, close grip push-ups that work the back of your arms. You can do something like jumping jacks. If you have a jump rope, you can use jump rope. Anything like that that's engaging more than one muscle group and then working your entire body at once. So a simple formula that I like to follow is just do 10 minutes of the total body burst. So if you pick 5 exercises, do each exercise for a minute and then repeat that one more time. So a sample workout could be, you could start with jumping jacks. So you do as many jumping jacks as you can in 1 minute. And then you switch and you do body weight squats. So you're just doing squats, no weights, no dumbbells, nothing like that. You can just do them with your own body weight, doing that for 1 minute. After that, you go down on the ground and you do push-ups. If you can't do a push-up, then you can do a kneeling push-up. So you can go on your knees and do kneeling push-ups and do it that way. So then you're working your upper body while your lower body rests from doing the squats. So again, do the push-ups for a minute. Then you can get back up and do something like jump rope. Or if you don't have a jump rope, you can just act like you have one and do the fake jump ropes, which is what I usually do because I'm terrible at jumping ropes. So you just act like you have a jump rope and you jump in place for 1 minute. And then exercise number 5, you could do something like forward lunges, single leg exercises that'll work in your total body, or you could do something like a plank, an ab and a core exercise. You can throw one of those in there. So again, you're just doing each one for 1 minute, repeating each round. So you have 5 rounds total, and then you repeat it one more time. So that's a simple 10-minute workout using the total body burst that's really ramping up your metabolism, creating this metabolism shock factor, and then you start burning more fat. So that raises your metabolism, which then leads to the metabolism shock factor, and that's how you start burning more fat every single day. So it's, again, short total body burst for something as small as 10 minutes. You can go for up to 15 minutes if you want to, but I like to keep it short, concise, just 10 minutes, and then we switch to what I call zone 2 training. So the reason why we do the total body burst first is because it ramps up your metabolism, it increases your metabolism because you're working all these different muscle groups, and then we switch into zone 2, which is based on your heart rate. Now the reason why zone 2 training works so well is because it mainly burns pure fat for energy. So if you're doing the high intensity workouts, the intervals, the boot camps, things like that, going 100 miles an hour, just trying to raise the intensity all the time, your body mainly uses sugar to produce for energy to fuel you for those workouts. So if you're doing the high intensity stuff, you're burning a lot of sugar, but chances are you aren't burning a lot of fat because you have your sugar stores built up, and especially even higher if you're eating a lot of high carb foods. So your body burns a lot of sugar, but you never actually burn fat, which is what we ultimately want to do. That's where the zone 2 training comes in, and that's based just on your heart rate. So what you do is you take the number 180 and then you subtract your age from that number. So for me, my number 180 minus my age, which is 34, I got 146. That's the range you want to stay in with your heart rate when you do the zone 2 training. So you can do any type of cardio exercise to do this. You could do running, you could do biking, you could do you can use like the Stairmaster at the gym. You can use the rowing machine, anything that gets your heart rate up. You could even do it for something like jumping jacks or jump rope or things like that too. Just basically pick whatever you enjoy the most. For me, I usually just do running because it's something that I enjoy. It's kind of more meditative for me. I can listen to music, listen to podcasts, things like that while I do it. And you're staying in the heart rate of around your zone 2. So you can get a simple heart rate monitor. I got one that I bought for like 30 bucks, so they're not very expensive. Most watches can track your heart rate. And if you don't have anything like that, what you can do is you can just use your breath and your body to figure out where you are. So zone 2 is basically you're breathing a little bit heavier, but you're not out of breath. You can still hold a conversation while you're in your zone 2. So if you're huffing and puffing, if you're gasping for air, that means you're probably a little bit higher and you want to slow it down a little bit so you can get a better control of your breath and your breathing. So again, you're just taking 180 minus your age. That's your zone 2. So for me, it's 146. So I want to stay my heart rate within about 143, 144 up to like 150, 151 is the max. You want to stay in that range. And again, you can do that by running, biking, using any type of cardio equipment that you want. Jump rope, jumping jacks, things like that. Switch it up as much as you like, but you just want to stay in that zone for at least 20 minutes. You want to stay at least 20 to 30 minutes. You can go a little bit longer than that if you want to, but again, the reason why this works so well is because you're using your stored fat for energy. You're not using your sugar because you're not doing a super high intensity workout. You're pulling your stored fat, and if you're eating more of a high fat diet, this works even better because you're just pulling, again, the fat stores from your body. You don't have a lot of carbs to burn off anyways because you're not eating a lot of them, and you just naturally pull the fat from your belly, from your love handles, from your butt, from your thighs, wherever it is that you store it, and you start using that for energy. So again, you're just doing a total body burst for like 10 minutes, just simple body weight exercises. You can do them, for a minute and then just rotate through for 10 minutes and then follow it up immediately after with the zone 2 training. Again, you're getting 180 minus your age. That gets your heart rate. You want to stay in the zone of that number, and you can just buy a simple heart rate monitor. Again, I bought mine for like $30 or some for like 20 bucks and not super expensive. Most watches have them now. If you have a Fitbit, that should have it on there. There's probably apps on your phone that you can use, or you can just monitor that you're not huffing and puffing, so you can still hold a conversation while you're in this zone. And a lot of people realize that they actually have to slow down to get into that zone 2. It's basically just kind of like if you're running, it's a jog. It's a slower jog, and some people kind of get discouraged because they don't think they're working hard enough. They don't think they're going fast enough. But when you're in this zone, your body, again, is using your stored fat for fuel, and that's really all that matters because that's burning it off during the exercise, and you're not burning off your sugar stores. So that's the metabolism shock factor, the total body burst, followed by the zone 2 training. Again, I would only do this 1 or 2 times a week. What you're eating is the most important thing, but this is kind of like a secret weapon that you can use to burn more fat. And then for a bonus, if you do it on an empty stomach. So do it first thing in the morning. If you got to set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier, it's going to give you so many benefits that is so worth it. So doing it on an empty stomach before you eat anything. So I usually have a little bit of water before I do that, and I do it every, a couple times every single week. But doing it on an empty stomach, again, you don't have, all the sugar and carbs built up in your stores and your liver, so you're going to start using more fat for energy, and that's again how you can start slimming down very quickly, a lot faster than if you're eating a lot of higher carbohydrate foods, because then you're just burning carbs instead of fat. So you're doing the total body burst, the zone 2 training, doing it on an empty stomach to get even faster results. And again, just start implementing this 1 time a week. Just go for once, and then you can ramp it up and maybe do it 2 times a week. But it's very simple, very straightforward. You can do it easily without having to buy a ton of equipment or go into a gym or anything like that. And you can lose a lot of weight very, very fast. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button below, comment below, let me know what you want me to cover in future videos, and go ahead and subscribe because I'm shooting new videos every single week to help you lose more weight. And if you want to get a free gift on how to triple your fat burning overnight, just click the link in the description below. Let me know what your best email is and I'll send it over to you 100% free, my way of just saying thank you for taking the time to watch this video.